Hey Jacob, this is the video to show you how my process works for backing up one of your workspaces to a template and then use that template to install copies of your workspace onto other people's organizations in Podio. So within REI Flow App Pack, we'll have a templates button tab where we can select the organization from the template where the template exists. So we'll select your consistent home buyers. Now here's the one you shared with me, Scott Test, and we'll get this. We'll get the existing one that's a template on the system, and I already have one, but we'll delete it so we can start over again. Normally you can just save workspace, but I wanted to show you how it was from scratch. So now there's no template in my database, so we'll save the workspace. So this goes out to Podio, the consistent home buyers test Scott workspace, and pulls in the app information, any items that are in those apps, the fields that are in those apps, the widgets, the layouts, the views, and pretty much everything else that goes in there. What it won't pull in are external files that you may have attached to items. So it's all done, everything's backed up, and now we're ready to go and install it on my struggling investor organization. So we'll come over here to install app pack, and first thing we do is select the template. So there's the test Scott template. The organization, I only have one, struggling investor. If there's more, you can select from any of them. These are the only ones that you're admin of. So if you're not an admin, it won't show up for you. And then we'll give it a new name. And install. Now it goes through creating the workspace, adding the member that I have, the special member that is allowed to install all this information. And then it creates the apps. Now it's creating the fields. There's more than 27 fields. These are batches of fields based on some criteria. For instance, if you have a calculation field, it refers to other fields. So those other fields must be installed first, and then it comes back and installs the calculations. So if you were to go into your Podio workspace now that was created and kept refreshing, you'd see that batches of fields are getting created in an app at a time. Now we've completed the fields, now we're installing the views. These are the items, like the filters on the left-hand side of each app. Now we're creating the widgets, which are on the activity page on the right side. And then the layouts, and then we're finishing up doing some final stuff. This is where it would install any items, but you don't have any, and now we're done. Now right here you'll see that here's the link for the new workspace that was created, and right here I have a process for generating GlobiFlow import files. So if you had any GlobiFlow flows, I can actually go and regenerate those based off of the new fields that are in, or based off the fields that are in the new workspace that was created. What this entails is having to go through and replace all the field IDs that the flow will refer to. And then it creates an XML file, which then you can manually import into your GlobiFlow. I know this works if I connect to my account. I don't know if this will work if it connects to anybody else's account, because you have to use proc.foo in order to pull in the GlobiFlow flows, so then I can modify them. So that I am not sure of, so let's not worry about that feature, even though you might see it here. It's pretty cool, definitely, but we're not there yet. So let's click into the new Podio app. and we can see everything's been created. Here are the widgets here. Here's your leads app. You look at the template, see all the fields here. Sorry, I added this field for testing purposes. I guess delete that. And everything is perfect. Here's a calculation. And that's it. If you click through each one of these fields, you'll see that, or each one of these apps, you'll see that all the fields are created, and it should be identical to what you have in the test app that you created for me. Now, say you had a change to do. So let's go into your, we're underneath the, where is it now? So here's the test app that you provided for me. If we go into the leads app, let's get rid of that test field that I added. So if we go into modify template, and there's the test field, we'll delete that sucker. We'll remove any field existing app data. Done. And if we go back to REI flow, we can click on the template tab, get your workspace, come through here, we'll go to the leads and view the fields, and you'll see that there's a test field in here. Okay, so this is going to be gone when we refresh because we deleted that from the lead app. Let's go back to the app, save the space. So you can see I'm going through this. I don't get too many or any of those connection issues. They'll pop up every now and again. And usually what happens is you won't notice it, but the progress will not go anywhere for a minute or two, when usually it takes a couple seconds to go from one spot to the next. If that's the case, you just have to restart the process. So we're all set. All backed up. Look at the leads, and that test field will be gone. There you go. Now, one thing to be aware of is when you're removing a field in Podio, if you remove a field and there's an item in that app where the field was removed that still has values in that field, Podio will not completely delete that field. It'll only hide it. So remember that button that I clicked, that checkbox when I deleted an app, deleted an item? So let's go in here again. So do test, done. So we've added it. Now if we go back in, I'll show you. So we want to delete that. This here, also remove field from existing app items. So that is the only way, if you click that, that's the only way to completely remove a field from a Podio app. Or else it's still there behind the scenes, and then when you try to refresh the backup template in my system, that field will still come over. Took me a while to figure that out. So you basically just have to click this, hit yes, delete, and then it completely wipes out the field from the app. Probably more information than you needed to know, but there it is. So cancel, done. So that's basically it. I mean, this is the new workspace, and when I make this available to you, I'd like you to go through with more of a fine-tooth comb, make sure that all the little fine details have been transferred over. You know, there's a lot to copying a workspace exactly, so I may have missed a thing or two. So let me know.